explain what OKSTEP is all about, how it got its origins, and pretty much what is this?
Several years ago, we started with a program called Governor's Council for Veteran Suicide. We were addressing the suicide issues and what the need that we needed to. And so we just kept working and stuff. And we finally figured out that there's really nothing for a veteran to have with them as in their toolbox when they separate. So we got together and to sort of come up with the idea. We wanted an Oklahoma specific transition education program, OKSTEP. And so we just kind of developed that. And for the last year and a half, I've been diligently working on developing this. And it started out, we were just gonna have a couple of, a little bit of program, and then we just kind of, it keeps getting larger and larger. And so we're basically wanting a veteran to be able to go to our site and get connected. They may need help with their claims and benefits. Women Veterans Program, military sexual trauma. They may need educational assistance. So what we've done is we've devised a site where they can go and get those questions answered. And here's the thing, there's no expiration. It's with them the entire time, whether they're just getting out or they've been out 10 years. I've got one gentleman that went to it and he's been out 25 years and was like, I did not know that I was available for this type of educational benefits and stuff. So we worked hard to put that on there. Now, this is a living document. This is going to constantly evolve, constantly change, because with the times and with the modern advancements and stuff like that coming out and the different programs. So, it's a constant, evolving type of program.
So this is basically a one-stop shop for veterans in the state to get pretty much any information that they would need to have.
Yes. And that's really important because, if I want to find out about my VA healthcare, I have to go to this site. But if I want to find out about my educational opportunities, I need to go to this site. Claims and benefits, I have to go to this site. Why can't we bring them all together under one roof? And so that's what we've done. Now, this is a brand new program. We're constantly going to be, changing and stuff like that. And I always encourage veterans, if you go to the site and you see something, or you don't see something that you would like, you need to let us know, So I'm counting on this because this is not for me, this is for them. All of the veterans, I want them to have this and to be able to utilize it, and I was talking about employment, or I didn't mention that, but we have an employment section. When they separate out of the service, either they're going to get education or they're going to have to find their next chapter in life, their next job. So what we've done is we've got a program, called employment assistance. They can actually go there and it talks about how to write a resume, how to dress for, being in the service. We knew exactly what we were going to wear every day. Didn't have to worry about it. Well, the thing of it is, when you go to a job interview, when you walk in, that HR, HR department is looking at you. First impression. We want to make sure that we wear the right clothes, that impact clothes, power clothes. So we talk about that. We talk about interviewing, dress and stuff. So plus we have a job board. I've got employers that are actually taking and contacting me, and I list their openings on our site for them to be able to go and be able to work, and stuff. And so far it's been working out really great for just the short time we've had it on. So
kind of makes you wonder where this has been.
Well, I've done a lot of research to other states. Okay, what's out there? Who's got what? I think we're on the cutting edge. I really do. I haven't come across the program. I mean, I've come across similar programs, but ones that don't encompass everything like what we've done. So I really think that we're on the forefront, and I'm really excited about it.
There's been a lot of attention given in recent years, and rightly so, about the suicide rate among veterans. How much will this help out with that?
Well, and see, that's the thing. I want a veteran to be able to go and, take myself, for instance. I had issues. And it wasn't until I was out for many years before I reached out to get help. But I want the veterans to know and that there's assistance out there, and you don't have to be too proud. You may not want to talk to them, but you may not want anybody to know there's the services out there. What I'm really excited about is we have a program that we're getting ready, and it's already out there. It's called Valor, OK Valor, and it's a site where you can go to, and you want mental health questions. You want SSVF, which is supportive service for veterans families. You know, you may be on the verge of homelessness or something. There's services out there. You'll be able to go to this site and it'll help you and it'll direct you and stuff. So we're excited to be able to introduce this and get it at people's fingertips, because that's, you know, that we always say 22 a day. Okay. But I'm very proud to say that it's not 22 a day. It bothers me that we're losing about 17 a day. That's a drastic improvement, but it's still, one is too many. And so by getting this out there and letting a veteran know that, hey, there's assistance out there, there's available help. Because sometimes a veteran, it's very difficult for them to talk to somebody that hadn't walked in their shoes. They don't want to open up. And so by going here, we want to be able to get them connected and get that assistance.
All right, so the website, what's the easiest way to access all this information now?
Oklahoma.gov/OKSTEP. Pretty simple. You ain't got to put the HTTP, none of that stuff in there. Just Oklahoma.gov/OKSTEP. And that'll take you right to our site.
And this is obviously 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're going to be able to find all this information on there.
It's available. I mean, at the click, that's what we want. So we don't want you to have to go elsewhere.
All right. What a great program. And I hope this takes off. It sounds like it's something that has been needed for a long time. And I know you're thrilled that this is actually up and running now. Appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.